Welcome back to Co-op Comrades. I'm Sulfurno,
That's great.
and this is Racing the Yogscast to Jaffa Factory. Real quick, part of the reason we're so sparse on videos is Quake is working on getting figured out with either a new job or promotion to his current job. It's a bit of a mess, and I'm also dealing with a number of things that are a bit of a mess on my end. And so we have had very little time to actually get good recording in. And even this recording might be interrupted a number of times, but you won't have to see that. Today, though, we are actually doing the, oops. That did not want that. The Jaffa Cake base. We got the... Gotta get chicken set up with eggs and wheat and sugar. And I got a whole bunch of hoppers to handle the egg issue with the chickens. And I'll need 3 conveyor belts from wherever the heck I set up the chicken things. And that will have sugarcane and wheat coming our way, I believe. Could put it in no good way to set up that as a split thing. Oh, I am gonna have to set that up as a split thing just for the sake of not having to deal with an issue. That is something I can do later. As you can see, the Quake is a dragon. I'm currently not, but I can pop into a dragon whenever I like using this. For the building, however, you are very distracting. For the building, however, I figure it's better to be in human form. So, right. One of the things that... I'll treat this as the wheat conveyor belt, I suppose. The thing I'm going to need to work out first is probably going to be how far I need to take the conveyor belt, I guess, with a diagonal, because I'm not screwing with this in a, well, actually, yeah, I guess I am screwing with this in a little where are my things? There they are. I need to take you and understand where the heck it's going to let me. It's just not going to let me? Are they all junked up together? Maybe? Or I'm lagging. No, you're moving, so not lagging. Why isn't it letting me take this diagonally?
I don't know how I'm lagging, but
Ah, my particles, I believe. Video settings. Yeah, there we go. Because this is a... There we... Yeah, wow. I was 1 off. I'm going to have that up, actually. There we go. Am I? No, I'm going to have it down for things. Yeah. I'm just going to have this set up one. Not the conveyor belts. Anywho, because I have this to work out with as the start, I can then try to figure out the other issues. Yeah, bit of lag. Just doing some brain thinking things. Oh, right. The one thing that I would also like to show people, give me just a sec. This is the Mine Colonies University, right?
Yep.
And when you click this block, you get to hit research, and there's various types of tech. In technology, you got a whole bunch of things like the
Soft
uh,
more
the thing that
scroll.
would
Open again.
the thing that would unlock the blacksmith and a bunch of other things. But yeah, the is there a way to yes. The tech tree is rather extensive, and it requires you to get higher level buildings.
I have 3 books.
Somewhere. Each one of the tech things requires a amount of hours, I guess. Is that real world hours or what?
It's IRL hours.
So yeah, just actual hours to
I'm pretty sure it's IRL hours. I'm not sure. Or
if
it
you
could
do
be
this
Minecraft hours.
if you do this mod in a single player world, you're probably going to be leaving like just for the tech, you're probably going to be leaving things running for a while. Luckily, we are on a server, and Quake is going to be able to pop on whenever he can and fiddle with this stuff, but just want to show off that we are able to properly do progression and stuff here. So we'll now return to building the annoying tech stuff. Okay, so I went ahead and messed with the conveyor system thing the way I had to do it. In short, I've got sugarcane coming out of this one, and wheat coming out of this one. It'll run through over here, and I got all the power linked up in a neat way. And then I just gotta get, I guess, yeah, it should be fine plugging it in this way. And where's my gear? Not that. There we go. Tiny fall. Let's go ahead and hit 164 just for the heck of it. Gonna be pulling power out of that to power conveyor belts and spinny things and other conveyor belts. But the next thing I suppose I am going to also this is going to be plugged in way over that way to actually turn this part of the system on so that I don't have to screw around with these too much. I'm gonna need one of them, I believe, for the eggs to make sure. Yeah, okay. I know how I'm gonna be doing it. All good. Just built something in my head really quickly. So first thing I'm gonna need 3 of those then. First thing I suppose I'm gonna need to do is figure out where the heck I want to put the spinner. And I'm gonna need some of the building blocks for the area. Which are mainly these, but I'm also gonna need the other things. So I got the sheet metal blocks for things when I need to set stuff on top of stuff. Right, so I'm gonna have to have it on this side so that I can pull this one over. And where am I gonna have it as far as the these are concerned. You are wearing your armor as a Durgan. It is very neat, but we probably should have shown it off a little bit. It makes you look very odd. Right, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken spot set up to an extent and try and explain things as I go. So give me just a moment to get a whole bunch of blocks placed down. Okay, so long story short, we've got the hoppers set up here. Well, Quake is throwing in a bunch of chickens. They're gonna send all of the eggs and everything down into this, which I am going to have a filtered funnel pulling out only the chicken eggs from here, and I'm going to set up a pedestal thing and a chunk of lava again so that it sends the evil eggs into incineration. And so we'll get back to you once we get that part sorted, I suppose. Okay, so got this little bit set up. I have the filter on the pedestal, which once I give it the power to pull stuff out of inventories, it will then shunt its items, mainly these rotten eggs, down into that. That thing pulls the items out of whatever inventory, and it will go... You what? Breed 2 animals. Wow, you haven't done that yet? Anywho, slap this in there. It'll pull all the evil eggs out of this inventory so I don't have to deal with them and shunt them directly into the lava thing. And I cannot figure out why I haven't figured this out exactly before for other places. Seems very efficient. But anywho, the next chunk of things I need to do is get that set there so that I can have inventories actually going into this. Everything should be filtered already. So get you there, get you there, get you there. They are all going in, wunderbarly. And the next thing, it's... Oh, I don't need that anymore, I guess. At least not for now. Next thing I need to do is... Whoops. Where did I put those? There's the pedestal, so it should be below the pedestal. There we go. So the next thing I need is these. Ah, right. I'm going to need a gold for the cake, which I don't currently have. So need a filter again. There it is. Boink. Do you happen to know if there are any sound reduction things in this mod pack? Quake.
No. Why?
I was hoping there was some way we could unchickenify. Anywho, need blip, blap, and I guess, well, I'm going to be powering it from over there, so I don't know where exactly the things need to be. But those need to be there. Tink to toink, tink to tonk. Looks like I can probably power it from there, but I don't know how the rotation is going to go. I need... Is that going the right way? Can't tell. It is not. Now it should be. Now we just need to figure out how to get this all the way that way. I mean, I could just. I'm gonna be just a wee bit cheap, I believe. Oh, I'm gonna need some of those. Give me just a moment. Okay, so I got the. Ooh, there's a thing I need to go grab real quick. I got the power from this, gotten it over here, and plugged on into the situation. Looks like there's already eggs going into the thing, which is gonna be something to deal with. I think I can get this section working, but yes, that goes the correct direction too. That is so nice. It is very nice when things actually work. Here. Huh. I am going to need to extend that. So that I can have the thing coming out of there. And into a inventory. I did not need as many of these as I thought I would. Chink. Tunk.
It's branch.
Don't want to plug things in quite yet because there are reasons, but I am going to need to put this here, I believe. So I would like to know how to avoid that problem. Should be fine, I think. Hopefully. I'll grab an egg just to make sure. No. It did not work. And if I put it, it's just going to stop there. Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay, so the next issue I have is getting... Oh! Oh, yeah, that's a... Ooh. I haven't set up the millstone. Because this is supposed to be sugar. I need the millstone, I need the sugar cane from there to be going into a millstone setup over here. Not quite all this nonsense yet. So I have that. Okay, so you need to not actually be there, I guess. We need to have the millstone, have it set to go into a millstone, not go directly into things. And to do that, I will have to have this kind of setup done, where I have it coming down into an inventory, which sends it into a millstone, which sends it down. Inventory. Brain is making jelly in my head. I'm gonna think about that at a different point. Instead, I'm going to continue to think about the spinny widget, because I want to think about the spinny widget. So now that I know where that is, I need to somehow turn conveyor belt spin into gear spin. I think I need big gears to flip it sideways, and I'm gonna need a small gear for things to plug in, I believe. So if I put... Well, there's something I have that... Oh wait, no, I can just use another one of those and flip it a different direction. Forgot. I keep using these when I probably don't need to. So that, and then I believe this. Except it's not quite at the right angle, but that's fine. Just means I will need to put down... Yeah, I need more than those. More of these. Because I am horribly inefficient sometimes. Darn. There we go. Da 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 da! It's spin! Okay, so I got the eggs basically figured out. These are going to be the finished product, and they're going to be in there. Yeah. I guess next up is, unfortunately, the sugar cane turned into actual sugar, so just making sure I'm recording real quick. Yep, did not hit the wrong button. So, sugar cane into sugar, grind, blech. Give me a bit. Okay, so if I didn't screw everything up, like 4th or 5th time, what should happen is the sugar cane should come out of that box, travel along this thingamajig, travel along that, get sucked into there, and then from there the sugar cane will go down into that, and then into the grindstone, and then into that, and that will be sugar, and the sugar will come out to here and go into there. That is there to stop it from going further, because I didn't want to try and figure out any other screw around with that. Load-bearing egg. Good enough. And I didn't... Well, that should be fine to do up. If everything goes wrong, we'll know. Good. So then if I plug this thing in, it should start working, I think.
Where are we sending the eggs?
Into the mixer. I didn't plug the grindstone in. Of course. I'm 100% gonna be just annoying and cheap again. That was not my backpack. Of course. Okay, so now that I'm back, I am just going to be very, very weird with these.
Oh, the filter's blank.
What do you mean?
Oh,
No? And it's working! Jaffa cake base.
so that's what you had it set to.
Yep.
Oh, it needed sugar.
Yeah, and I got the sugar being made. So I gave up trying to make it look good. I gave up trying to make it look good pretty quickly. Trying to get power everywhere in a way that doesn't break the system. So this is probably not going to be the speed it finishes at, because the next step of this is
Combining chocolate and jelly in the cake base to make Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, first step is putting the jelly on the cake base. And I can use a deployer, or I can do the mixing again, which honestly at this point wouldn't be too hard. The hard part is gonna be getting the jelly balls over here. It is a very diagonal. So I have an idea for that. Would you like to hear my idea for that? Because it is how I did the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to come on over to the cocoa bean area? Which is just... It looks chaotic, but it is lovely. Anyways, using one of these, I figure. This worked. It works. It is horrendously shocking that the idea worked, but...
the cocoa beans.
Yep, and the sugar for a different, or sugar cane for a different thing. Because it goes all the way to the other side of the place. So the sugar cane for that area, the chocolate production, gets sent through the portal, and then it gets, or over here, gets dropped out onto the floor, which I should probably mark in some way of do not enter, and then the pedestals pick it up and then send it into the system. But I figure we could probably do something similar to that with the Jaffa jelly. What do you think?
We could, but I need to go because I need to get ready for stuff.
Yeah, we're done. It's just for like the next step discussion and whatnot. So we would need a portal here and conveyor belts, which luckily it already has one like ready to go. Could, aside from moving the Jaffa jelly, could just have the production go straight into the portal. So that would be pretty convenient. And then it would just send it over here vaguely somewhere. And I would have to get it picked up by the pedestal at a rate at which it competes with the production speed. And then it would just be the Jaffa jelly getting schlonked onto the Jaffa cakes. And then after the Jaffa cakes are slonked onto there, it is using the spout with the chocolate, which is just over here. So I don't have to use that same amount of power. Wonderful. I am getting another waterfall. Yeah, that's the last step for the Jaffa cake, isn't it? Slapping the chocolate onto it.
Yep.
We're almost done with the Jaffa Factory. We just have 2 more steps. And then we can feed the masses that are not very massive.
Yeah, but once we complete the factory, this series will sadly be over. But
No, we got plenty of like other stuff to do. All the magic and whatnot, but it will potentially need another name.
we would need to change the title after we complete the Jaffa Factory.
Yeah. We don't need to discuss that on camera, but just to make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm not crazy. I hit the button to actually be recording. Yes, this is the second time I'm worried about that, but yeah, it'd be like season 2, effectively, using the massive food production from the Jaffa Factory. Which, how much does it make with the only 200 something RF for all of this? That's a rip-off.
What?
The generator smoking, only 200,000 RF.
Well,
for an entire Jaffa cake. Holy crap. Oh, well, it's called an Alex meal, I guess. It's there for a reason. So we can't really use the Jaffa cakes for power generation, sadly. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good, but I'm pretty sure the flash pines... where am I? There they are. Pretty sure the flash pines already give you better. Nope, 120, 128. So they're twice as good as flash pines, but the flash pines come straight out of a pot. So, anywho, cue the outro, Quake.
If you guys like the video, please like, subscribe, and remember to comment. If you comment, we'll do weird things for you.
Such as naming villagers after you, I believe it was.
Yep, or dragons.
Right, because we need to breed and then slaughter the dragons. So comment which you would prefer to have named after you as a commenter.
Comment if you want us to kill you.
As a dragon in Minecraft.
As a dragon. As a dragon.
You also have to say in Minecraft because of the memes.
Yeah. But I'd like to thank our sponsors, W Energy and Swift Energy, for sponsoring our channel. Use promo code Comrades to get 10% off with W Energy and 25% off with Swift Energy. And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye!